Opening Selectmen's Meeting, March 12th, 2018, at 5:30 PM at the Rutland Public Library. This is going to be televised by cable TV, Rutland Cable TV. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The board has two executive sessions scheduled for this evening. The board will vote to enter in each executive session separately and will reconvene open session after executive sessions are adjourned. The first executive session is for the board to discuss with an elected board member allegations concerning actions taken by him in his personal capacity. The official statement, an official statement of the board on this matter is expected to be read and released when the board reconvenes in open session. If time permits, we'll conduct the regular business in open session prior to tonight's special town meeting. If town does not permit, the board will recess and reconvene in open session after the special town meeting. The chair will now entertain a motion for the board to enter an executive session for reason number one.
Mr. Chairman, I would recuse myself from the vote to go into executive session under paragraph 1 and any votes taken in that executive session.
So noted.
Motion to go into executive session for reason number 1 to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health rather than professional competence of an individual, or discuss the discipline of or dismissal of or complaints or charges against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual. Board of Selectmen.
Do you have a second?
Second.
A roll call vote, please.
Goodbye.
Santos, aye.
Clock eye.
Motion.
Go ahead.
Motion to go into executive session for reason number 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares. Board of Selectmen to return for the purpose of the general open session of the meeting.
The chair so declares.
You need a roll call on that.
Roll call vote on that, please.
You didn't get a second.
Oh, I need a second.
I'll second.
A roll call vote.
Goodbye.
Santos, aye.
Walker, aye.
Clock eye. So we are in executive session. Executive session with board member Mr. Walker under reasons number 1 as shown on the agenda. The board has voted a 3 in favor and 0 to release the official statement to be read by a qualified board member. Does anybody would?
Sheila, me, I don't care.
Okay, either or, please.
I'll go for it. Rutland Board of Selectmen official statement and press release. Many town residents have contacted the town about allegations concerning actions taken by a certain elected official in the elected official in that official's personal capacity. Elected officials in Massachusetts are not under the supervision or control of any town officer or employee, but rather answer directly to the voters. There is no statewide recall law in Massachusetts. For that reason, in the absence of a special act or charter establishing a process for recall, an elected official holds office for the duration of their elected term unless they resign or are incarcerated in a correctional facility due to a felony conviction. Rutland does not have a charter or special act. Thus, there are statutory limitations to the town's ability to take formal action with respect to the allegations at issue. The fact of these statutory limitations does not in any way signal that this issue is not important to the elected and appointed officials of the town, the employees of the town, or the entire Rutland community. The Board of Selectmen, of course, disapproves of any action taken in violation of the law and calls upon the individual at issue to take appropriate action so that the town can return to the business of governing. I've got 2 copies if you want for the press.
Yes, please.
You had given me some extras.
So, I would like allow Mr. Walker to read a statement if he so desires.
And I do.
Could I get you to go over there?
Yep, I was gonna
Please.
stand to the podium.
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Please introduce yourself, even though everybody knows who you are, please.
Wayne Walker, Maple Ave, Rutland, Board of Selectmen. To the residents of Rutland, as you all undoubtedly know, I was arrested on February 21st, 2018. I have been advised by legal counsel not to comment directly about the incident. However, I would like to address the townspeople of Rutland regarding this issue. First, let me say that the alleged charges against me are personal in nature. While highly publicized, it is a private matter for me and my family. After the incident, we, as a family, discussed my position on the Board of Selectmen and my desire to minimize publicity and exposure to the town of Rutland and my fellow board members. My initial reaction was to resign my position as selectman, which is what most people would expect me to do. Prior to making my decision final, I was contacted by numerous townspeople who offered their support and urged me not to resign from the board. I was repeatedly told that the incident does not have any bearing on my position as selectman or whether I am capable or qualified to perform my duties. I have lived in Rutland over 40 years, raised my family here, and served the town as a public servant in several capacities during that time. Many people in our town have interacted with me over the years and can attest to my character and dedication. I have always approached my responsibilities with honesty and integrity, doing what I believe has been in the best interests of our town. Therefore, after thoughtful consideration and encouragement, I've decided to remain on the Board of Selectmen. I do so with the hope of continuing to work together with my fellow board members and our community to address the many challenges facing our town in the future. Let my past service and dedication to the town of Rutland attest to my ability to perform as a member of the Board of Selectmen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve our town for the last 4 years as selectman and for your support going forward. Thank you.
Make a motion to return to executive session for reason number 3.
Is it possible?
Second.
Huh?
I'm sorry? Oh.
I took skips in mine.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we have a motion by Sheila, second by me, to return to executive session.
Reason number 3.
Reads number 3,
As read previously.
as prior read.
So
if-
Chair declares. Roll call vote.
Goodbye.
Pantos, aye.
Walker, aye.
Clock eye.
And we will return to open session after.
Afterwards. Coming back into open session from executive session. Motion to sign treasury warrant 19 in payroll.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to accept minutes from February 26th.
So moved.
Have a second? I was waiting for Mike to,
Be quite honest, I haven't had a chance to review them, Skip.
they're pretty close.
Can we hold them?
Okay, we can.
There's no interest, there's no rush on them?
All right. How about,
Motion to accept Tuesday, February 13th as presented.
I'm abstaining on that one, I was not present.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Motion
with
to
one
ex-
extension, because Mike wasn't here.
Motion to accept Monday, February 12th, 6 PM as presented with just that one correction for payroll. It's just a spelling error. First line. 1, 2, 3, fourth line down.
Do I have a second on that one?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So that gets rid of the minutes except for the 25th acts. Do we have appointments?
Right here.
Okay.
We don't have any appointments?
No. Public
No.
comment?
Public comment. Seeing how there is none, we'll go right quickly to Margaret for her administrator's report, which should be none. Oops, I'm sorry.
It's none or everything, whichever way you want to look at it. But, I'll come to the board at your next meeting with budget updates.
Okay.
Acceptance of the police department's donations. Can I have a motion to accept?
So moved. Do you want to read it?
Second, this is for the granite countertops and installation donated by AGF Marble and Granite of Worcester and labor provided by Taz Contracting of Worcester. With thanks.
We have, all those in favor?
Aye.
Earthworks board appointment to Kate Jarvis.
Make a motion to accept the appointment of Kate Gervais to the Earthworks Board as per the recommendation of the Earthworks Board Chairman.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Appointment of KIC, Jessen Citronell.
Do we have to accept that, Margaret?
You have in the past.
Make a motion to accept the delegation of Jason Citronell as the local VP of Mass Cop Union Local 399 to represent the Patrolman Union
And that's on the Insurance Advisory Committee.
on insurance advisory.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we have a request on the annual town report to memorandum recommendation for Randy Mazurek, who has passed away.
So what does that bring us to?
Quite a few.
Wait, who are the two did?
Karen Greenwood and Lynn Anston.
Right.
So the only question I'm gonna, and I have no problem with putting them on in there, but most of the time it's townspeople that are on our town report.
True.
I mean,
He was an
I have
employee.
no problem with it because Randy's been here for a long time and everything else, but the question was said to me, gee, he doesn't live in town, he lives in Hubbardston. And I said, what the difference does it make? And he said, well, maybe you should put it out there to the rest of the board. So that's what I'm doing.
I'm thinking the in memoriam page could delineate the two, right? A long-serving employee,
Yeah, I think they could.
a long-serving resident.
So I
I
have,
agree with that. I mean, there's 30 years of service that time.
yeah, 30, 40. So motion to put them in the town report, please.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Town departments, Gary Kelleher, please. Yep, we're going right through it quick, so we don't have to come back at the town meeting. How's that?
Let's
Good, I've only got a couple of items here.
Good.
Thank you, yeah, thanks, Mike. First one is Rutland Heights, so I'll just give you an update. We've met up at Rutland Heights with the engineering firm, because we have to do some serious culvert release, if you will, of beaver dams, because the pond is affecting the homes on Christmas Tree and Forest Hill, to the point where we are, the water is encroaching the septic systems, and even further than that, they're going to the foundations. So we have a plan. If this storm wasn't here, we'd be pumping out the catch basins as we speak with our pumps, but we have to wait till this snow's over. So we're just concerned. Even though there is a sewer line, a lot of people didn't take advantage of tying into that sewer line. So we are working on that to get it done, and I'll keep you posted on that.
Is the Board of Health involved? Are there possible septic failures because of this?
They have not been advised by the residents, so the residents have called the DPW to see what we're doing. I don't know if they went through Abby or the town clerk's office. So I've just relayed that information of where we are and what we're gonna attempt to do about it.
A member of the Board of Health actually reported it to us, so we can certainly make sure that the entire Board of Health has the information.
Okay. Complete Streets updates, we have been approved for the next tier of Tier 2 for Complete Streets. We were just accepted and approved for that. So we'll just be moving on to the projects and seeing what we can do to take care of them. And I believe the first one on the list for April of 18 is the Central Tree sidewalk. So we have to move in and get some prices. They're way behind as far as invoices being submitted, and they know that. They recognize that, but as long as we get the work started and get some good bids, which we've had in the past, then we can get moving on that sidewalk.
So is this the sidewalk we talked about a couple of years ago that Blair was supposed to put in and didn't put in?
Yes, sir, and that's mentioned as the town's contribution, the amount that Blair is gonna contribute to the sidewalk. And that was agreed upon when I met with his engineers, his being Blair's engineers, and my contractor on Central Tree Road, 6 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
So, yes, that's a part of it. Okay? There's many projects. Very happy we are where we are with Complete Streets.
Oh,
And so I
phase 2
think,
approval means money's gonna start coming
Yeah.
in next year.
So if we get that
That's exciting.
400,000, I
Yeah.
guess to get started with all the sidewalks and the bikeways and trails, so.
Start to make progress, yeah.
So very happy with that. So we'll keep you posted on that. And the last thing I have is the stormwater. As everybody knows, I went to a seminar, a class for stormwater in Springfield a couple of weeks ago. And as I've reported to the board, this is a scary thing that's coming to not only our town, but every town USA, every town Massachusetts. I've mentioned to the board the costs that will be incurred by us in the vicinity of 1.2 million over a 5-year permit period. Again, to refresh your memories, the first stormwater permit came out in 2003. It was a 5-year permit. It expired in 2008. However, it kept carrying on, and we just had to keep applying for our permit, which we've done. Now it's going to cost some money, and we all knew it was coming. So Fred Sivian is coming here from DEP at the next scheduled selectmen's meeting. My suggestion, and after attending the class, to you, the board, and to the town, is to create a stormwater enterprise fund. And that's going to cost the residents money. I don't honestly see any way that we'd be able to get that much money, certainly not in taxes.
When you say residents, is that across the board throughout the town?
Across the board throughout the town, because everybody is affected by stormwater, not only those that have the town utilities, but it really, in some
That's
towns.
the clarification I was looking
Yep,
for.
but in some
Yeah.
towns, Mike, they even charge folks that live out of town that own a piece of property, because every piece of land is affected by stormwater. Fred will do a very good job presenting to you at the next meeting. I think you'll be pleased with his report. You might not like to hear what he has said. I was kind of shocked myself, but at least we've been staying on top of it and trying to get the information as it comes in. So he is on for the next selectmen's meeting.
He's on for April 9th. April 9th.
Is that the next one?
No, the next one is actually gonna be Green Communities stretch code presentation.
I knew that, but anyway,
Mark
that's
your
all I got. So
calendars.
if there's no questions and there's no issues, we have a storm coming tonight. I'd like to just be excused and get out of Dodge. Is that
Go
okay?
get some rest.
All right. No questions?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good luck.
Gary.
Yeah,
I'll have
good
my
luck.
phone on.
So, let's like we're, what? What?
Really?
Yeah. What do you got
Mr.
on
Chairman,
that?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just one quick announcement. I did, prior to the meeting, inform Gary, due to the inclement weather coming, Bay Path has already closed school for tomorrow. Wachusett, I understand, will be pending sometime around 6 to 7 p.m. this evening.
They
to
just
make the
called
call.
it.
They just called it?
It's called.
They just called it. So there is no school in Rutland for the Wachusett District or Bay Path Vocational for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
To the big room.